of agriculture where I deal with all the plant protection, that is the nematology, entomology of plant pathology. So I'll just mention this in my other channel, and if you're interested, you can ping me down in the comment section. So this is for you, friends. I tried in that channel, but it was having some problems, so that's why I just tried again over here in my this Risu blog channel. So friends, I want to let you know, if you are preparing for ICAR NET exam, so this is the only channel for you. And for example, I have also qualified with 84%. I'll just recommend this book, Bajaj and Walia. That is the textbook of introductory plant nematology. This is very important, and if you are preparing this preparation attempt, you must take. So without wasting further time, I'll just want to discuss some very basic chapter, this plant nemato relationships. While it's very important while exam point of view, and friends, if you're opting for the detailed chapter wise, if I'll be prepared discussing, giving you some tricks and tips exam point of view for qualifying this ICAR NET examination, just let me know in the comment section. And if more than 50 people will avail, I will definitely chapter wise I'll be discussing all the important nematodes, the questions which will the most probable 1,000 questions objective type I'll be simply discussing after discussing chapter wise detailed examples, terms and everything for ICAR NET examination. So friends, basically what exactly is gall formation? We all know whenever this nematode, it penetrates the plant surface, what happens? By the help of the stylet, they create some micropunctures. Of course, while creating these micropunctures, what happens, friends? They also, the plant also emits some glycolides, the carbohydrate substance. Okay, so by the help of this stylet, this nematode create micropunctures, and this plant proteins which are getting released, they convert the plant proteins into various amino acid. As we all know, out of the various amino acids, tryptophan is also one of them. When it gets activated, eventually, friends, it causes the hypoplasia and hypertrophy of the cell. That is, the increase in cell size, like this. In case of the cyst nematode, the size of this cell has been increased, and the numbers always, that is a hypertrophy and hyperplasia of the cell is initiated, and which causes the gall formation, friends. So without wasting time, I'll be just narrating simple plant nematode relationship. That is, the plant parasitic nematodes, ecologically, according to this classification, ecologically they are divided into above ground feeders and below ground feeders. Below ground feeders includes the endoparasitic, semi-endoparasitic, while ectoparasitic in their respective sedentary and migratory form. And friends, before that, I'll be very importantly want to describe something which is very, very important while exam point of view. Every time this question is a must question. What is the difference between the biological races, biotypes, ecotypes, pathotypes? So starting with it, I'll be explaining what is exactly biotypes. So biotype is nothing when the population differ in respect of the reproduction potential on plant host genotypes. Genotypes, again, it is the cultivars within a plant species. And pathotypes, whenever the populations behave differently as far their pathogenic capabilities concerned, is known as the pathotypes. While ecotypes is when population shows the optimum activity in different thermal regimes, is known as ecotypes. So friends, you must understand exactly the difference in these three terminology: biotypes, pathotypes and ecotypes. So without further delay, I'll be just narrating in a very nutshell, friends, the ecological classification of the plant parasitic nematode. Based on it, the above ground feeders, exactly the nematodes which feed on the floral buds, leaves and bulbs. For example, I'll say the nematode which feeds, you just simply have to remember the terminology, simply the which all nematodes are above ground feeders, which are below ground feeders, which all nematodes attacks on the flower buds, the leaves, the bulbs, the examples, the common names, simple as it is. And eventually I'll be telling you which all are very important while exam point of view. So first, above ground feeders, I'll be saying which nematodes, those are feeding on the flower buds, the above ground. So the leaves, the bulbs. Seed gall nematode, that is the Angwinatritici, it feeds on the flower buds, okay. And on the leaves, this leaf and bulb nematode, that is the Apheloncoids, it attacks on the leaf surface, and the bulbs, that is the stem and bulb nematode, that is the Ditylenchus species. So friends, this is the only three terminology, the three examples with the common name you have to mug up, and that is less important while exam point of view. And again, in the above ground feeder, there comes another category which nematodes feeds on the tree trunk, and this is very, very important as it includes also in entomopathogenic nematode, that is the red ring nematode, very common, Radinaphalanchus coccophilus. Another is pine wilt nematode, that is a Versaphalanchus gylophyllus. That is also very, very important, friends. You can also chat live and also clarify your doubt if you are interested in this. But I need to tell you, friends, I tried a lot in trying in the agriculture channel, but I failed. That's why I just trying to tell you in my this second blog, that is the Risu blog channel. So waiting for your replies. And again, moving further in the below ground feeders, friends, what happened? The below ground feeder falls in three categories, that is the endoparasitic, the semi-endoparasitic, while the ectoparasitic. So the first category, that is the endoparasitic nematode, I'll be telling. Endoparasitic includes sedentary and migratory form, and sedentary cyst nematode, that is the Heterodora species, Globodora species. Root knot nematode includes the Melodogynous species, which is very important. It causes gall formation. You can just see in this picture also, it's a root knot nematode. It embeds completely inside the root surface of the plant, completes the entire life cycle inside the root, causes hypertrophy, hyperplasia of the cell. The second juvenile stage attacks the complete plant. It causes wilting, and there is various things, friends. I'll be telling one by one, step by step, chapter wise, and whenever I'll be completing all the chapters. So the another category, that is the migratory form of this endoparasitic nematode, that is lesion nematode, that is a Pratylenchus species. It causes necrotic lesions also, friends. Burrowing nematode, that is the Radifolosimilis. It also causes some lesions in this banana plant, okay. And rice root nematode, that is a Hirsumannalia species. So these are the three examples you have to mug up in case of endoparasitic migratory form. And again, the second category that falls, that is the semi-endoparasitic nematode, which is only two nematode you have to mug up, friend, in case of semi-endoparasitic nematode, that is a citrus nematode and reniform nematode. Citrus nematode is Dilenculus semipenetrans, while reniform nematode is Rhotalenculus reniformis. And the third is less important, but yet it comes in exam sometimes, that is a sedentary form is sheath nematode, Hemicriconemoids, Hemicyclophora, Coccoporus, and migratory form includes the needle nematode, that is the Longidora species, dagger nematode, that is the Ziphinema species, stubby nematode is the Trichodora species, and pin nematode is Paratylenculus species, friends. So in this migratory ectoparasitic nematode is very important, as it includes mainly in causing the virus or transmitted diseases also. So in that form it's very important, but exam point of view you need to remember most importantly the sedentary and migratory form of this endoparasitic nematode, especially root knot nematode is very important, especially all the nature of damage, how they damage the plant, how is the relationship with the nematode with the plant surface, or whether it attacks the cortex or it the rootlets or entire root. So it's very important. So for example, the ectoparasitic nematode, I'll be saying migratory form. So ectoparasitic includes the nematode, it lives freely in the soil surface, and it moves closely on the root surface and feed intermittently on the epidermis and the root hair near the root tip. So it will not go inside the root surface, but externally in the epidermis area and the root hairs near the root tip, friends. So the migratory form includes Criconemoids, the Paratylenculus, Trichodorus, and these nematodes, they spent their entire life cycle freely in the soil. When the roots are disturbed, they detach themselves, friends. So this is the typical nature of this migratory ectoparasitic nematode. And the second category I have already discussed, sedentary ectoparasitic. So what they does in this type of parasitic nematode, friends, what they does, they attach the nematode, this nematode completely attach themselves to the root surface, and which is very permanent. And the mode of life cycle is similar as if they are disturbed, they detach themselves, friends. For example, Cocoporus species, Hemicyclophora arenaria is the example of this sedentary endoparasitic nematode. And the second category is the semi-endoparasitic. This is very typical and it comes in exam, the way how they build the relationship with the plant. So this nematode, that is a very common reniform nematode, and the Tylenculus, that is a citrus nematode, the anterior part of the body, that is the amphid area, the head area and the neck area, it is permanently fixed in the cortex, while the posterior part, that is the phosmid area, it extends freely in the soil, friends. So it keeps hanging, the head area and the posterior tail area remains freely extended in the soil. Very typical, usually questions come from this area. And the final important endoparasitic form, endoparasitic is inside the plant root surface. So friends, this nematode, what happens, it is found inside the root, and the major portion of the nematode body is found inside the plant tissue. And for example, the migratory endoparasitic nematode is very, very important. Hirschmannalia species, the rice root nematode, the Pratalenka species, that is a Latian nematode, the Rhadophilus simile species. So this nematode, what they do, they move in the cortical parenchyma of the root host, and while migrating, they feed on the cells, multiply and cause the necrotic lesions, friends. So very important, you have to understand the nature of damage of this Pratalenka species. They cause the necrotic lesions. And while in case of sedentary endoparasitic, that is Heterodora and the Meridogina species, the second stage of this larva, they penetrate inside the rootlets and become sedentary throughout the life cycle inside the root cortex. So this is also very, very important, as it is sedentary, it will never move, and it completely completes the life cycle inside the cortex of the root area of the plant. And the second stage is very harmful stage, because they only penetrate the rootlet and become embedded inside the root cortex completely permanently. So example being Heterodora and Merodogina. So friends, I just in a nutshell explain vividly, almost describing all the classification ecologically point of view, which all are above ground feeder, which all are below ground feeder, which all are ecto, endo, semi-endoparasitics of sedentary and migratory form respectively, with examples, the nature of damage, which all are the which all are the damaging stages. For example, there are 4 juvenile stages, the egg and adult being 6 stages, and the different terminology like the biotypes, pathotypes, ecotypes, and biological races. So I'll be waiting for you, friends, in the comment section. If you all are interested, I can start the chapters individually for your reference, for your some help while qualifying the ICAR NET nematology exam, friends. So all the best to all, friends. So I'll be waiting in the next video, and this channel link I'll be sharing in the other video or the channel of my agriculture, so where so that you can watch it. So this is it, that's all, friends. We'll see in the next video. Bye bye.